All right, guys, let's talk about the category tree on keepa.com and what exactly it is and why you might even use it if you're going to use it at all. The category tree is literally just a place where Keepa gives us a list of the categories on Amazon. This is the US. It has it for all of the different marketplaces that are supported. But these are the top level categories that are on Amazon. Everything you're familiar with: books, beauty and personal care, grocery and gourmet food, toys and games, video games, etc., and so on. And then it gives us a context free name. These are basically the exact same thing. We also get a category ID. Now, this category ID is something you're really not going to use ever, if maybe very infrequently. But the category ID or node ID is kind of the way that Amazon shows these items on the back end of Amazon, of the API that Amazon has. And so you don't really need to worry about these. All right. The next thing you can do is you can click this little magnifying glass, and the magnifying glass will open up this particular category inside of the product finder. Okay. So let's go down to, we'll do automotive here. If we click on automotive, this will take us to the product finder. It shows us all of the items in the automotive category. There's 33 million of them. Of course, we can only get 10,000 of them without using some of these filters first, okay? If you use the filters, you'll end up seeing, another 10,000, but you are limited to 10,000 at a time in the product viewer. Now, if you click on this little guy right here, this is going to show the best sellers list for this particular category. So if we come back down to the automotive category and click on the hashtag, that will open up the best sellers for that particular category, okay? We can also click on the little Amazon button. And if we click on the Amazon button, that'll actually take us to Amazon, where we can see that particular category. You end up getting a lot of dead pages this way, especially for top level categories, because it's just too large. It's way too big. And then over here, we get the number of products. This is how I create the sales rank chart that I put out every single month. I actually come in and grab every single category, and these number of products change every single couple hours, every single day. And so once a month on the first, I come through and I grab these, I put them into a spreadsheet, and that spreadsheet figures out what the top 0.5%, 1%, etc., and so on is in each particular category. Now, there is a little bit more to this, okay? And you can actually see the category tree, which is why they call it that. So if we go to beauty and personal care and we click on this little arrow right here, you're going to then see a subcategory, and it says products. And if we click on that arrow, and you'll see a number 9 here, we'll see the actual subcategories for beauty and personal care. Foot, hand, and nail care has 1.6 million products in it. You get to see the category ID. And then if you come over here, we can click on this to open it up in the product finder. We can show the bestseller list here in this particular subcategory, and then we can show it on Amazon here. If we click on that, again, you're going to come into a dead page just because there's too many products. But you're going to notice by every single one of these subcategories, there's also a number. So this has 4. And if we click on that arrow again, we go down a little bit further, and we've got foot and hand care, nail art and polish, nail care, tools and accessories. Nail art and polish has 10 subcategories of that one. And so you can really, narrow down what you might be interested in, or what subcategory you might want to go after. So if you want to sell gel polish, well, there's 5,607 products in that particular category, and we could open it up on Amazon. We can look at the top sellers in gel nail polish, okay? Or we can come back, and of course it's closed. but we could open those up in the product viewer as well if we wanted to. And so there's not a ton that you can do here. However, you can dive in and just see what some of these subcategories are, see how large some of these subcategories are, and you can really become hyper focused on one particular niche if you really, really want to really learn a niche. And then you'll also just notice as you're scrolling through, like how massive some of these categories are. For example, home and kitchen with 111 million products in that particular category. Well, the top 1% of 111 million products, sorry, we don't do public math here, but the top 1% is 1,110,000. And so this kind of really lets you realize that these categories are pretty large. You can probably go a lot higher in sales rank than you may think, or you may have heard it in the past. I know that there are a lot of people on Instagram and things like that. They'll say, don't ever sell anything over 100,000 in rank. And that's just, unfortunately, it's flat out wrong. In the home and kitchen category, for example, you can go up to 4, 5, 600,000 in sales rank really, really easily. Now, of course, eventually you're going to get to a place where items don't sell nearly as fast, but you can often go well outside of the ranks that you might think. Okay, but yeah, the category tree is really, really nice to be able to look at and kind of dive in and see how big subcategories are and certain niches are, and help you decide whether or not you might want to dig in and become a master of a particular category or subcategory. So hope that helps, and I will see you guys in the next video.